The Carolina Panthers have signed free agent quarterback Teddy Bridgewater. And Teddy Bridgewater, in case you don't know, was the backup quarterback last year in New Orleans. He went 5-0, filling in for Drew Brees when Drew Brees was injured. He's a great leader. People love him. He's 27 years old, and he is the new starter of the Carolina Panthers. Also, apparently, by the way, the Panthers got him at a very, I would call it a reasonable price. The Panthers got their new starting quarterback for a very reasonable price. He signed a 3-year deal, reportedly around $60 million. He's going to make probably around the lower end of $20 million a year. That's really cheap for a starting quarterback, and especially when you consider the fact that a guy like Dak Prescott wants around $40 million a year. Really good on the Carolina Panthers. They found a cheap option for a starting quarterback, and I think a really quality starting quarterback. Now, the other part of this story that is really important is that by bringing in Teddy Bridgewater and making him the guy, the Panthers are now done with Cam Newton, the former starting quarterback of the Carolina Panthers, the former NFL MVP. They've moved on. And the Panthers released a press release talking about how, hey, we've allowed Cam Newton to seek a trade if he wants to. And Cam got really, really mad. He acted pretty childish, in my opinion. And he said some stuff and did some stuff that you're not going to see Russell Wilson or Tom Brady or Drew Brees doing. Cam Newton, here's what he said. He got really mad. The Panthers posted on Instagram. Here's what the Panthers said. The Panthers said, "We have given Cam Newton permission to seek a trade." Cam Newton responded by saying he'd commented below, and Cam Newton has this weird way of typing on Instagram. Oh my gosh, I hate it. It's hard to read. It's just weird and like not professional. I don't understand it. But Cam Newton said this. He said, "Stop with the wordplay. Never asked for it. There is no dodging this one. I love the Panthers to death and will always love you guys." Yeah, clearly. "Please do not try and play me or manipulate the narrative and act like I wanted this. You forced me into it." Cam Newton's very spiteful there. And again, try and read it. Like, go look at the screenshot. I hate the way Cam Newton types and texts on Instagram. It's like, why? Well, can we just have normal letters and words that are easier to read and easier to communicate? And, that screenshot's just a bad look all around. Cam seems spiteful. He's very angry. And when you combined the message and the words he's putting out there, combined literally with the way that the text looks, it's just not a good look. And that's not the quarterback I want running my football team. I've never been a big fan of Cam Newton. I just haven't. I think he's a bit immature. But I will say I am so happy for the Carolina Panthers. I love Matt Rule, their head coach. I like their offensive coordinator, Joe Brady. And I think that Teddy Bridgewater is awesome. I'm a big fan of Teddy Bridgewater. He brings stability. He brings maturity to their locker room. And now I will say I wouldn't be shocked if Teddy Bridgewater was kind of a bridge the gap type of quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. He's a physically very solid quarterback. He's got a pretty okay arm, but he makes really good decisions. And it's possible that eventually the Carolina Panthers go, yeah, we want more from our quarterback. But again, Teddy Bridgewater's only 27 years old. He's going to have really good coaching with Carolina, working with Joe Brady. And maybe in that situation, Teddy Bridgewater becomes the star quarterback it looked like he was destined to be. Remember, years ago, Teddy Bridgewater was the starting quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings. He appeared to be their franchise quarterback, and then he got hurt and busted his knee. Maybe we finally see what could have been with Teddy Bridgewater play out in Carolina. And if it doesn't, I'm not going to be incredibly shocked. I think it would make sense if the Carolina Panthers draft a quarterback either this year or next year. There is a lot of talent out there. Maybe they do that. But maybe they don't care. They want to just build a really good roster and build around Teddy Bridgewater. It cannot be overstated. Like, the Panthers got a cheaper option at quarterback who's pretty good. And would you rather pay Dak Prescott $40 million or Teddy Bridgewater $20? I would way rather pay Teddy Bridgewater $20 million for what I think are very similar quarterbacks. And I think Teddy Bridgewater might even be better than Dak Prescott. So I love what the Panthers have done. I'm excited for Teddy Bridgewater. He gets to be a starting quarterback again. And I'm excited to watch the Panthers grow over the next couple of years. The Cam Newton era is done, and the Teddy Bridgewater era has begun for however long it lasts, and I'm just excited to watch the Carolina Panthers grow over the next couple of years. In case you don't know, Strong Opinion Sports is not just a YouTube channel. It is also a full audio podcast. You can find it on Spotify, on iTunes, on Google Play, pretty much everywhere you find podcasts. And if you like podcasts, please do me a huge favor and give it a listen.